Now, so today, before we get started with what we need to do, I want to talk to you about something, because I'm going to be going in a new direction. Now, this weekend, I just want to tell you that this weekend, on October 10th, we're going to be going over to the Menton headquarters. Now, Miss Gibson has gone home. She is no longer needed there, so we're not going to be seeing her. We're going to be helping set up a bring and buy sale that I believe will be on October 15th. They're going to be having that bring and buy sale, where people from all over the different dimensions are going to be bringing stuff there that they find treasurable. Kind of like what you did for the Taurus season show and tell day. Okay? Now, those tables to set up, those chairs to set up, it's going to be in the great big room, as you should all know. What's going to be happening is, again, we're going to be using the germ killers. We're going to be taking them with us. You know that I can't stress the whole, COVID rolling mask situation enough. Okay, so that's what's going to be happening. We're going to be doing that. There was nothing to do for the Flats and Fletches room. And we're going to be coming back here and having lunch here. So that will be on Saturday, October the 10th. Okay, that's when it's going to happen. Now, the next thing that I want to talk to you about is those two buildings beyond the field down there. All of a sudden I'm thinking about my breathing while I'm talking. Okay, well, you know what? We all have random thoughts once in a while. So, you know what? So, anyway, those two buildings over there are going to be open for all of you who I can trust. If it should get released, if the secret should get released of what it is, I need you to trust me that either you keep it secret, keep it hidden, and if you do spread it around, I want you to only spread it around to certain people and make it a positive thing rather than a negative thing. The last thing I want is for all my life's works, desires, energies, a huge part of that, to go out the door and I am left in an empty building, which is what I do not want. So I will not settle for that. Because I could do something completely erratic and unheard of, and if that happens, I could lose my mind. I could seriously lose my mind, and you're going to see a whole nother side of me that I guarantee that you do not want to see. I'm going to become insane, and I'm going to become conniving and demanding. And the gas in my car is really going to get itself fuel. I'm really going to be used in a huge amount. So, those are my little hints. So, I think that there is a lot of opportunity in those buildings that I disagree with. The keeping secrets and, lying and all that type of stuff. So, that's not going to happen. So, either once you're done, you take Pinkfoot so that it's not on your mind, because it is discomforting to try to hold things in and to lie about things and keep secrets. So that's what's going to happen. Or you will only spread it around to certain individuals, and they will not spread it around to the other people, which I'm not going to name who they are, that I do not want them knowing about it. So, does that sound clear? So, I would like that space to be respected if I, give you the right. So, I think that we're all clear on that. Now, moving on to talking about Dragon Rider. Just to let you know that tomorrow, by about, I'd say, 4:50, Chapter 3 of that will be due. Chapter 3 of Dragon Rider is going to be due. Well, I hate to use the D word, but just try to read that chapter by 4 p.m. So, does that sound good to everybody? So, that's one thing down the line. The next thing that I want to talk to you about is, obviously, the new person that I have here, Zach Callison. He will be here from October the 6th, which was yesterday, all the way, taking a break from October 12th through the 15th. Then he will be coming back then on October 25th. So that is 2 days after his cumpleaños. What we're going to be doing is some type of celebration. Now remember that, the reason why I'm not changing a birthday, here's how it's going to be. If, and I think that I made this clear yesterday, but if we get along great with one another, if it's a relationship that starts out really, really well, and I like you a lot, and I, approve, and this and that, and if you are a Scorpio, if an admitting guest is a Scorpio, and that is the case, then you're fine. However, if I have some resentment toward that person, if, either a grudge, they're really big grudge holders, or, I just don't like that person's mean, did something bad to me, this and that, went behind my back in, your case, then that is when you're going to not only learn, you're not only going to accept, but you're going to appreciate and take ownership of the fact that your birthday might be another day. It can be signs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12. If it is sign 8, then those people are the ones that I like. The ones that I don't like are born in the opposite sign. So, is that clear? So, in conclusion, I just want to remind you again, your birthday, Tyler, is April 28th, okay, and your sign is Taurus, okay? You're fine, particularly with the Libra influence, but that birth date is going to change to April, so you're born in springtime. So, you're born in the same month as I am born. Okay? So, that is how it is going to be. Now, you can think or you can believe whatever you want to. I don't know what to say. So, for example, if I, knew your file, let's say, or if I knew who you were and you came to a front desk and told me that your birthday was, I don't know, November 13th, and you were somebody who I just didn't like, then I would, sit there and say, okay, I'm getting that entered, but I would be saying different than I would be writing. So, you say that you were born on, November 7th. No, May 7th. That's the day that you were born, if there's any dislike. And then you would be going in the door with people born on that day, born Taurus. Now, I made that clear. Now, what's going to be happening is, the very, very first activity that we're going to do for today is going, excuse me for 1 moment. Yes? I'm busy right now with my maintenance, so it's going to have to wait, whatever it is. So thank you very much. Okay. I don't appreciate people, telling me how to do my job if they're not, part of my mission or they haven't been before. That was disrespectful, and those are all false accusations and false statements. If you have not been, I'm very, very open to any criticisms or any, complaints or problems that you have. I will sit down, have a conversation, and compromise with you, but I'm not going to respond and change, you. I've been doing a fine job at my mention, nothing. Wait a second, is this a joke? Are you telling me this to be funny? Okay, now that's really, really funny. You can tell whoever, told you to come here and act that out that they did a really, really good job. I'll see you later. Okay, now, let's see here. Now, I remember what we were going to be doing. So, today, what's going to be happening is we've had Labor Club's meetings, off camera, don't. What's going to be happening next year is I'm going to be launching my horoscopes for all of the seasons. So, what is going to be happening is, what I want is all of you to grab a pencil and a piece of paper, and then after you get that, I want you to write down your ideal natal chart, because that's what we're going to be doing, your ideal natal chart. Not what amazing natal chart that the stars gave you when you were far better than amazing. That's a huge understatement. Based off of all of the astrological knowledge, all about the signs, all about the planets, and maybe the houses, but we'll worry about that later. And what they all mean, with your understanding of all of them. Then now you will come up with your own natal chart, your ideal natal chart with the, the placements that you want. And try to keep in mind a couple of things. First of all, and I'll write this down on the board. So, let's see here. Okay, I'm trying to find my... Okay, I don't know where a good marker is, where a good eraser is. Okay. Okay, forget about it. Now, everybody, I want you all to pay attention. I'm not going to go hunting for anything. So, what is going to be happening with this project is there's going to be three things to keep in mind. One of which is that try to balance the elements. Remember, Deborah Silverman always says, the four wheels of a car, you want them to be as equal as possible. That is very, very difficult if you're thinking about 10 planets. But also, do not forget that there is the North Node, which represents your future and where you're headed, your destiny. And don't forget about Pluto. Don't leave out Pluto, which is that dwarf planet. It's so coincidental that I don't have it, and it's so far down, farthest down, in the outer solar system. And another term that you may not have, remembered, you may have forgotten about, is, and now I can't write with that one. Let me see here. Just trying to, oh, there was one. Okay. Now, Lilith. Lilith. There we go. So, Lilith, which is your secretive, nature. So what people can't see, the kind of, the darker, deeper, part of you. So that is what the Lilith is. So I'm going to be writing down my natal chart right here. I didn't have anything to erase. So, everybody, this is what the natal chart is going to be. I'm just going to get rid of this because we do not need it. So, now, my ideal natal chart. Now, the second thing to keep in mind is that, of course, everyone's idea of the perfect natal chart is all the planets in the signs that they rule. Well, that's not how it's going to be. Now, and then the third rule is it cannot be, there's going to be two versions. There's going to be this version, then there's going to be the version where you can take signs off your natal chart. So, you only have options to all the signs in your natal chart. So, the signs that are not in the chart, then you will not use for this particular ideal natal chart you're going to be doing. You're going to be doing two. So, what I want you all to do, if you didn't do it yet, is to grab a piece of paper and a pencil off of the table, and I want you to writing down, okay, what is that? I have no idea what that is. So writing down your ideal natal chart, with no restrictions or anything. So I'll write down the rules right here. So rule number 1. Okay, that marker is very, very weak. I don't know why. This may be a better marker to use. Now, rule numero 1 is that it must be as balanced as, put a D in there. Okay, so as as balanced as possible. So, rule number 2, it must contain no signs in their ruling planets. So if you were to say the moon would be in Cancer, well, not this time around, maybe the next time, because the Cancer is ruled by the moon. Rule 3, only all the signs in your natal chart rearranged. So for me, I wouldn't be able to use Leo, Capricorn, or Scorpio. You realize why I put Scorpio last, because that is where it belongs. So, that's kind of what I'm saying, yes. Now, that's what I want to tell you, is that, it can't be, for me, it can't be Leo, Scorpio, Capricorn. So you looked at your natal chart, because you did Astro.com. Whatever signs are not in your chart, then you will not, use for this round. Okay? And then remember, what, signs would go well for this planet, but it can't be the ruling sign. You get it. And make it as balanced as possible. So this would be my ideal natal chart. Oh, and the fourth rule: keep the sun sign that you have. Keep the sun sign. Keep the sun sign. I relate that they're all equal, and they should be, but yeah. So anyway, so keep the sun sign the same. Here, I'm going to move. So I'm going to. Oh, I can't do that. Okay, keep the sun sign the same. So this is what I would have as my natal chart. So my sun would be in Aries, as you know. Moon. And also remember your weaker element. Try to. Oh, here's another rule. Rule 5. Weaker element. Make more of. Okay, I could say that and I could be an Indian. So whatever your weaker element is, make more of. So mine would be water. So moon would be in Pisces. Mercury, I would say, it won't be in the same order. So I'd say, and here's the thing. You can keep the placements that you like in your natal chart. That's that's another thing. So Mercury in Taurus, Mars, Gemini, Jupiter, Libra, most certainly. Then Saturn, Taurus, then I would have Uranus, Sag, Neptune, Cancer. So that would be my natal chart. So Sun in Aries, Moon in Pisces, Mercury in Taurus, Mars in Gemini, Jupiter in Jupiter would be in Libra, Saturn in Taurus, Uranus in Sag, and Neptune in Cancer. Oh, Pluto. Forgotten about Pluto. Pluto, I'll just keep in Sag. It's easy to forget about Pluto, don't do that. And Lilith, I would make maybe Virgo, let's say. And North Node, Taurus. Okay, so that is my natal chart. So, I want all of you to do the same and make your own natal charts. So I want you all to get started. And then what's going to be happening is I want to talk to everyone about Dragon Rider.